Hi everyone, it's Sheena from For the Love of Paper, and it's Wednesday, so I'm doing Marguerite Miller's Weekly Collage Challenge. We are up to week 5 of 2024, which is crazy. But this week is a big week for me. It is my year from walking away from a very bad situation. So I pulled my pieces. You know, I have this little tiny thing because I printed it too small and I'm not reprinting. So we have a sewing item. Well, that's zoomed by chance. Maybe I hold it 2 hands. There we go. A sewing item, something your state or country is known for, an item representing a childhood memory, something ornate, something that starts with L, and bonus, something pink. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put that, but it's there for now. So my pieces are something that starts with an L is this little quote, love yourself more. My something ornate is this tiny little owl thing. I looked up what owls, like I've just had this sitting around. I have no idea where it came from. I have not the slightest idea. But I looked up owls and they like represent wisdom. So that's going on here. Something that has to do with sewing. So this is just a sewn piece, like what are these things called? Oh my gosh, I always start the video and zigzag is coming to me, but that's the stitch. Ruffle, a fabric ruffle. So there's that. So I do have this piece of pink pulled out, something from my childhood. So I was a total nerd, no question about it. I saved papers from school like that were blank, and I saved books from school that had like these type of pages in them. I would copy them. I did school with my little brother. I did it with my best friend whenever I was younger. So yeah, that's total me, total nerd. And I had found these type of books at where did I find them? Some like Friends of the Library book sale that's local. So I use these in different journals and stuff like that. So this is just a half of one I've had laying around, and because it's a reminder of that, good and bad memories actually, because at one point someone decided to throw them all away whenever I moved and I lost everything. I'm still bitter. I just buy more stuff now. That's probably where the habit comes from. When you take away my things that I really care for, then I feel the need to replace it. So I am a super nerd, and that still remains. So this is my something from childhood. Now the thing that's and something your state or country is known for. So in one of those book sales, I found this Pennsylvania Dutch cut and use stencil book. It's really old. I say that, but it's 75. And it's from Pennsylvania. I got it at one of those book sales. I'm trying to use things that I actually have for these things. So these are just like the stencils. I don't even know what that means. By stencils, yes, there was somebody's birthday card in there. I don't know what you would use these for, to be honest, because it's like not cut out, so I don't know what it means by stencil. Yeah, it doesn't even really say about them. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay, maybe it does. So you have to cut it out and then you paint in there. Yeah, that's not a stencil. You have to make it a stencil, I guess. So anyway, this piece has something on this side of it. Who knows what it is? I'm not even gonna pay too much attention to it because I could geek myself out. But anyway, I used a 2-inch punch, right? Yep, I used a 2-inch square punch and just punched this piece out of that. So I'm gonna kind of make a collage of these pieces that I have here, just from these things. And where'd the owl go? Right there. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. Nothing thought out after this. Honestly, I didn't even think of the next thing. I've been working on a journal, so maybe I'll show you that. This, maybe I could clean this up a little bit. This is just an extra piece of scrap that I had in a bin behind me. So I just pulled it out. Let me go ahead and have a straight edge first and clean this up a little bit. I don't know that that was a straight edge, actually. So we're going with it now. Just make that a little smaller too. So then we have this. I can go even a little bit closer, maybe just use 2. I want the pink boxes just to pull in the pink. So I'm really turning just this piece itself into a collage. I don't want to be fixated on this notebook. Like whenever I did it last year, I felt I had to fill up the whole page. I don't want to do that anymore. I want it to be unique to what I want to do and what that means for me. So I'm wondering if, because you can still kind of see that, if it's better that way. I have, no, I'm going to go down to 1, I think. Like that. Maybe I'll put this here. You guys are seeing this, yep. Oh, I could zoom in a little bit. Push that up, okay. So this is really the space I'm working in. Just want it to be unique. This little thing needs to go somewhere. It almost needs something to make it stand out, and then I also have these words. So, could this be a little too big? Let's go with cutting it right there. Like that. That. Maybe I need to switch these. I'm going to figure it out. This is why I like to play with them. This is totally getting lost, so it's going to have to go on something. I'm not sure what that something is, but this still might be a little too big. Like in proportion to what I'm doing, I guess is what I'm... I don't want it to cover up everything, and that's what I felt like it was doing. Now let's go back this way. There. Am I forgetting something? Let's see. My circle punch is here. I just want to see. This is another piece of scrap I have behind me in this little bin. Just trying to see if I will get it eventually. Kind of like that. Oh, my nose itches. A sewing item. Something, a state or country. It's that Pennsylvania Dutch thing. An item representing your childhood. Something ornate. Something that starts with an L is this. Oops, oops, oops. And something pink. And there's plenty of pink. Um, just thinking. I wonder if I don't like it that it's torn. Oh, come on. I think that was my problem. There was something I didn't like about no, you move up, you move down, you stop moving. Something like that. I'm better with that. Totally better with that. Still needs some. Okay. Yeah, there's something about that being torn that was just throwing me off. And I will put this up here on the edge of this page. You can't see it, but that's where I put the last one for one of them. Okay. I thought I had right here somewhere a punched butterfly, but I feel like maybe not that one. Just looking for something. I wonder if this will fit in here. I have this. That you can't really see. I think I would like something on top of there, but not particularly that because you can't see it. I wonder if I have any like massive bright pink. And I'm just looking quickly. Oh. Something like a bright pink. Let's see. I don't know if there's any pink in here though. Wasn't that interesting? Really? What if I try it with this little thing? Just add something. I still think that matches too much. How about yellow? This is not like a yellow, it's more like a mustardish yellow. I wonder what that is. It's very loud. I'm all about cars. Yep, I think that's the one. I can't see it though. I have like a stained glass door and it's altering. All right, pay attention to what you're doing here. Okay. So this is going to be what it is. That's going to be my thing this week. So I'll go ahead and clean this up. And that will go up on the edge there. You guys didn't see that, but then I'm going to use hot glue for a majority of this. I think. Just to keep everything down. So spread it all out. I have art glitter glue right here. So just go ahead and use that. down roughly center-ish. It doesn't matter. It's probably not even straight. I think this was down first, and just because it's open, I'm gonna go ahead and use this. It's probably too strong of a glue for this really thin old paper, but it's what we're using. I can still hear that car. How about we move that around too, because then they're all kind of facing up, those flowers. I've been working on this journal that I haven't shown you guys. Ugh, what feels like forever. I wanted to have it done like 2 weeks ago. And now my goal is to have it done before I go to Bolivia, which is just a couple weeks away. So I'm not sure. But I'll show you. I'll finally pull it out and show you. I think this needs to be lower because this needs to go up there. Silly goose. Brah. Just clean it off. Oh, clean it right off. Sure, you do that. You just clean that paper right off of there. Oh my gosh. Oh well. It is there now. Maybe I'll just lower this to come over the top of that. Like that. There's something terribly crooked. Oh, it's the page. Okay. Then this little thing is going to be brutal. I don't even really want to put it like right in the center. That should be enough to just make it stick. And I bought these just because I'm terrible with that glue's going to dry because I was not prepared. Okay. I struggle with these little things. So I got these. There's a string there. I'll take you away. There's another string right there. Yeah, it dried. So we're gonna act like we didn't put that there. Put a new dot in the same spot because I took too long. Very good. Now we're gonna put this back on there. Very good. Now it's like squishing down and not like bulging up like it was. And there's some glue right there. I always just pull it off. You only need glue where you need it. There we go. So then anything that was just sticking out, I removed. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on there. Like that. And just the middle of this one. So it can kind of stick up like that. All right. I think I got everything. All right, this I did not glue down though. I'm going to go ahead and use this too because it's open. I can't see where the pin is right now. It's totally overkill. But I'm just going to put that there. Here's the pin. Okay. So we have a sewing item. It's the ruffle with the zigzag sew on it or thread on it, something from your state or country. It's the Pennsylvania Dutch stencil pattern. This one really long thread is bothering me. It's getting caught. Okay. An item representing your childhood, that like school book, something ornate. We have this little tiny owl with glitter eyes. Something that starts with an L. I put this little quote, love yourself, because that's what I did this week last year. I made the choice. And love yourself more. That's what I made the choice. And then pink, there's pink throughout. So that is my Marguerite Miller collage for this week, week 5. So I'm liking doing this more, not just random, but a little bit more intentional, and how I want to, not dictated by the medium, the book. That's what I mean by the medium. Okay, so I can put that off to the side, and let me get the journal that I've been working on. I'll kind of just do a flip through and show you where I am for sake of time. I'm almost finished, not entirely finished. Just clean some of this stuff up so I don't get any glue on it. I'm kind of a little obsessed with it. It's the biggest one I've ever done. I'm really using my things that I have in it. So, yeah. And, all right. I'm just putting some things away so I can get to it and show you part of it, because I didn't put the full cover on yet because of wanting to work it. I have a whole box just for this journal that I've been working in. Okay. So this is the journal. Let me zoom out now that we're out of that. Okay. The intent is to have this old vintage doily wrap around it. This is my, don't make fun, this is my very first slow stitch type thing. I didn't like slow stitch it because I don't know how to do that yet, but I had sewn it. I didn't sewed it. I had sewn it. I patched it all together, and then I had sewn it on the sewing machine. So my intent is to put a piece of lace or something here that will come this way. This will go down. It will wrap around. It will have the same in the back, so that will be its closure. It will come over here and tie. So it will be all connected once it is finished. So this old vintage doily will be like that, and I'll sew a piece of lace over here and on the back side, so they'll come over here and tie. This will then cover that, and this is then going to be the cover of the journal. And then inside, this is about 11, 10 and a half-ish by 7-ish. That's pretty big. So I've started working through it, not entirely done. Close, but not entirely. So this is a library card pocket that I decorated. This is an old vintage piece of ephemera here. I do have a library card pocket tucked in here, as well as one of these old, they're like button fastener things. Oh, it doesn't have a year, 1941, but it's just the ephemera to it. So I tucked that in there, 10 cents. That's what it costs for all those. There is a little, I used my peg stamp, and there's a little stamp there. And I used stenciling to put a little butterfly on the back. This is the natural inside. I didn't really want to cover that up because I felt like it just adds to the character of what this book was. So then start in signature 1. This is going to be probably glued on here. It's a little like cluster that I made. For right now it's clipped. And there's a lot of different textures in here. This here is the first pocket, and it's got things in it and behind it. So there's a lot of old ephemera in this. So this is a like a mathematical card that I kind of just decorated and then did some stenciling on the back. This is the matte side, so you can write on that side, no problem. And it just slips in here like that. Then underneath there, I have this journal card that I decorated. And then there's writing space on the back from stenciling. This is an old piece of book page, music book page. This is not an old, this is a newer style piece of just stationery. And then this is a very old, look how tan that is. Like you can see the difference in their colors. Recipe of chocolate pistachio biscotti. And there's plenty of writing space on that old piece of paper. So I tucked that in there. This kind of has an old vintage antique ladies type vibe. This is pages from the actual book. Here is just a little journal card that I made in stencil. You can see that little heart there. Heart? Yeah, that's a heart. Heart? No. Rose. Here's another vintage piece of ephemera that's tucked in there. And you can do anything. You could turn that into a booklet. On this side, I altered a little guest check. And then there's just a piece of writing paper that you can use somewhere else or turn that into something. Old pages. Here's more of the book. This is a sack that needs glued down. That's just why it's clipped there, that I decorated. And then on the inside of this sack, there is this old Wonderful Good recipe card. One of these stamp sheets, these old vintage stamp sheets. And then there's this Crawford's like piece of old ephemera. I guess it's just showing you like, I really don't know. So I could totally be wrong, but I'm assuming you would buy patterns. These would be buying patterns. I don't know that you would get a dress for $3.95. I guess you could. But anyway, there's that old vintage piece of ephemera in there. So those are all tucked in there. You can turn them into things. I didn't want to alter every single piece. So that's going to be on there. Some old vintage ledger, book page. Some of these pages like this, I was stenciling to some of these bigger pages, and you'll see this when I'm finally finished and do the final. I'm going to add like lace down the side, ruffles in different places. It's going to be a very feminine journal. Here's some Edith Holden digitals. I don't know where I got the digitals. I'd really have to go back and look. This is just like a page extension, so I punched this side, and then this completely folds out for plenty of writing space. The corners have been punched, so this is a huge spread. Again, I'll probably put something here, but that's great space for writing. Book page. Then there's this pocket, and then tucked in here is an old piece of book page with like bigger font, more like a kid's book. And then this vintage like arrangements. It's talking about doing arrangements for different occasions. This old piece of book page and the photographs. So that's tucked in there in a pocket for you. I just use music, an image, and I'm really into using my peg stamps that I bought and never used. Then this is two-sided. So this actually connects to this side. I turn this into a pocket for an image, and I sewed it all in. It's intact in there. And then it's now a pocket on there with this is a piece from an old book, like Flowers. I forget the title of it, but I think I have a few in here. Flowers of America, Flowers, something like that, but it's small. Then this old postcard. It doesn't have a date on it. It just says the school 1843 to 1909, but it doesn't have an actual date of this postcard. But then this is a bingo card. I'm just trying to see. I had to do this. I was trying to show it to my mom. So right there, right here, you can see there's a stencil on there, but it's very light. It's just like the way you turn it, flowers show up. I didn't want to like over decorate it because this is actually a pocket. So you could write on the back, but this, let's see what I have right here, just to show you, is a pocket. That's a pocket to put something in and write on the back. So all those pieces are in this flap here for pocket. This is a little cluster that I made that will get glued on there. I just paper clip things whenever I place them. Here's a big pocket, and then inside here is an old vintage, very old type of index card, ledger type card. I put a stamp here, a number stamp there. I did some stenciling and made it look like it's got ink stains on it there. Plenty of writing space. It's really large. And then this old happy birthday card. It's like one of the ones that are folded, so you could totally write all over that or use it, but it's also embossed. This is like raised here. So I just added that in. Again, old feminine type pieces to go along. I did a mix of vintage and new ephemera. And my main focus right now is just like decorating things. There we go. So this will probably have something added to it, but it's just not yet. Then there's this side, some parchment type paper, graph paper, doily paper. That's the end of the first signature. There's 4 signatures, and I don't have them all even or anything like that. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be very eclectic. So this one, the cover is like got pockets. So there's an old, let's see, there's several things in here. This rich chocolate rum cake recipe. This dual page of 1993 on this side and 1914 almanac on that side. So it's just a reproduction. 1968 there. July 1993 here. So that's in there. There's this journal card that I did some, this is like tea dyed, but it didn't tea all of itself. I just added a lace stamp and a peg stamp there. Just lightly decorated that. This is an image that I just turned into a thinner journal card and a piece of stationery. So all those are tucked in there. Like I said, I wanted to do a good mix of old and new. Book page. This is some music and it has its original notes on it. This is another pocket. So this, I love this. So this is just like a piece of replica newspaper, but it's pink. So I tucked that in there. You can do anything with it. This is just a simple index card that you can use for writing, whatever. You could fold it in half, turn it into a booklet. I've stenciled on it, and then I just put this like little cluster here that I sewed everything on, so you can see it on the back, but I think that just adds character to the back side. But taking something that's pretty much newer and just adding character to it. And then there's this journal card. I put some gesso and stenciling on the back, so you can actually write on this now, and it should show up pretty easily. So those things are tucked in that pocket. I just love that cluster. More of the actual book page. There's some scrapbooking paper. This pocket here is the same on the back side. So there's this piece of old ephemera. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. It's from 1980, printed in Baltimore. But I'm sure this has something to do with cards, but I have no idea. And I'm not even going to think I'm going to say. This is a tag that was essentially a full tan tag, new looking. I put a little peg stamp there. I stenciled on it. I made this collage, and then I put this bull pin with this little butterfly. Just to add something a little bit different. That tucks in there. So it just adds a little something to the tag. And some of the tags I haven't added their toppers yet. That one did because I thought of it right in the moment. But those more like, I don't know, what do I want to say? Like over the top, like things to push it a little bit further, I'll go back and add. In the moment, I just went all the way on that one. It was the mood I was in. So then here's another pocket. These are just two very modern, fill things into the to list and schedule that are tucked in there. And then there's this old index card that has aging to it. Come on. You just were in there. And I just did a little bird stamp there and some stenciling on the back, so you could write on that. I like to try and keep as much writing space as possible. There we go. I like that to be tucked in and them stick out a little bit. All right. Plenty of writing space. This is a piece of wrapping paper. On the back side of this, I glued it. On this side, I didn't glue it yet. I'm undecided. I kind of like it as a tuck. So in here, a replica of some old music. I like the coloring of it. It's actually a thicker piece, so that's tucked in there, and you can write on the back. Then there's this large journal card that you could write on. You could also like tape it to a page and add it as a flap as a fold open. There's this piece of stationery that you can write on or turn, and then there's a tag here that I stamped on the back. There's stenciling and stuff. So like this doesn't have a topper yet. So I'll come back through and add like a piece of lace or something like that. Then moving along, this is a little cluster here that will probably get glued down and be a little tuck spot. Right now, I just have things placed where I want them. Tracing paper. This is the center of this signature. Then we have this pocket here. This is the one I did glue down. There's just a piece of replica of like these old clocks that you can use. There's this pocket that was like a alteration envelope that I collaged on, and I left that with nothing in. There's this mathematical card that I stenciled on this side. This is the side that you can write on. And then this side, I just put a piece of, actually tissue paper over it, just to make it a little bit more neutral. And like I said, I stenciled on this side, and this is the matte side, so you could write over that. So there's those two pieces. And then this little pocket here, I just did a little bit of collage on, and then inside, it has this... my sinuses are totally draining right now, if you can't tell by the way I'm talking. So there's this little, I don't know what this is. It's like a plate card. That's not my language, so I'm not even sure what it says. There's this little coffee. Barley's coffees are hard to match. Excuse me, piece of ephemera. There's this old, it's a playing card, but it's got like Esther's flowers on it. And phone 386, if that's all the phone number it was, I Can't imagine how old that is. And then there's this marshmallow cream fudge recipe that's old. I left the old tape on there. I didn't want to cut that off. So all that is just tucked in this little, like little pocket here, and then tucked in there. So a mix of old and new. More writing space. Here's a bridge, a blank bridge card. And then this is a more modern playing card. But I just put this, like, because of those red hearts, I really like them sticking through. So I just put that floral sticker on there. It's kind of matte finished. Here's 2 pieces of ephemera. So this is an old 1933 church-like story, I guess, in your memory verse. So I tucked that in there. And then this just like replica of writing paper I tucked in. You can turn that into anything. Doily paper. Here's a pocket. So this pocket opens up on the other side. But in here's another piece of like the pink replica paper. This old, there's not a date on it. Like, even though that's there, it's like it cuts off. This piece of ephemera, I think it's like, I don't know. You're buying something. Oh, maybe a playbill, orchestra seats. So maybe an advertisement for Kiss Me Kate play or something. Does it say the year? August 14th through Sunday, August 27th. I was trying to find the year on this before. I don't think I ever did because it's not there. It's in DC. Printed in the USA. Yeah, I didn't, and maybe I missed it, but I didn't see a date on here anywhere. But anyway, there's this old piece of ephemera. And this journal card, but it's dual. It's got a pocket here, so it's something I could put in there. I have this like vellum tag right here, so you know it's tag on tag on tag. There's this pocket here for the tag, and then there's this just this plain writing space in the back. These two don't go together. This is a digital kit from somewhere on Etsy, and this is from one of my ephemera books that I got off of Amazon. So I just have those in there. It's a butterfly clip. Then these, if the butterfly clips comes off, this opens up to a piece of writing space from this digital. And then there's this old photo. Don't know how old. Doesn't have a date on it. It's not even a name I know of. Konica? No idea. But this floral photo, and then this just like little card that I cut out of this lady with roses in her hair and put a rose there. So just another little writing space. You could also write on the back of the photo if you wanted to, but just something little added in there. And what signature are you in? 2 still? Okay. Music paper, old book page. Here's another pocket. So in this one, there's just this piece of replica writing paper. I just think they're nice stationery pieces. Matches. There's this journal card that I made and writing space on the back. I'll probably, in my, like, putting it over the top, do a little stencil on that. And this is an old postcard. I don't think it has the date on it. It was never used or sent. Wildwood, New Jersey. But this is Valley Forge, PA. The picture is Valley Forge, PA. Dogwood blossoms at New Jersey Monument in Valley Forge, PA. So that's a lot of description there just for one image. Then this is an old playing card. So this is the matte side, so you could write on. I just put, this is really actually hard to see because it didn't turn out as well as I wanted, but there's a flower stamp there. It just wasn't as thick of a stamp as I wanted, but nonetheless, that's in there. And then we're going into signature number 3. This is a pocket, and I collaged this journal card, and then it's plain on the back that you can write on. This is an altered envelope that it's stuck in. So that's writing space. I think we're getting close to where I ended. So more digitals, more writing space, book page. This is just folded in because I really like the style of that book. Writing space, scrapbook paper. So here is where I stopped. So this is going to be a pocket or a sack with some pieces in it. This I'll have to decorate. It's just a old index type card in there that will be decorated on that sack. That's what I picked out to decorate that with, and it will have more embellishments. Then as we go through here, these are Sears and Roebuck pages. This is the center of this signature. And this is a pocket. And this is going to be turned into a tag. And then there's some vintage ephemera in here from those old Top Value books. And a piece of stationery. So that will, things will be embellished there. This is clipped. This is going to be like a little pocket. There's a piece of stationery in there. On this side is another one of those things from that like Flowers of America or something like that. And then this tag that I will alter. I just like to put things where I thought they would be laid out well. And then I go through. And then I go back through and go over the top a little bit. Add a little bit more. So just flipping through. This is going to be a cluster that will be added onto this page here that I made. This is going to be the front of this signature. I'm going to alter this and make an image in the front of this signature of this little girl on the doily. So taking that a little somewhere. Some vintage paper. This is interesting about this particular Sears and Roebuck because it's right this way, but when you would have turned the page, it's upside down. But you can just use that as a background. You can put something on it. I just left it the way it was because it goes with the theme. This is a pocket that I made, and it will go on here, and then I'll tuck some things in it. I think I probably got this, maybe a Roxy's Weekly Challenge or something like that. More of the book page of the book. And then here we got some floral book page, writing space. There's something clicked on here. Nope, there's not. It's probably something I moved. Music paper, typing paper, scrapbook paper. Here's another pocket. And then this has an old apple cake recipe on this old paper, and then another index card that I will alter. I just like the mix of old and new. I like things not matching exactly. There's some writing paper. This is, I don't know how to explain this. It's got, does this have a watermark on it? Yep, right there's the watermark. It's, not rice paper, is that right? Onion paper, maybe? Like an onion skin? Writing space. Here, then we're coming back to the back of the back signature. This clip will stay on there. It's just an old piece of this Click of the Crowd ephemera. I have to say Click of the Crowd, yeah, because I'm thinking for a second maybe it's Chick, but this opens up. I don't even know. I just thought it was cute. So that's going to be clipped on there as an old piece of ephemera. I was just wondering if it had a date. Rockefeller Plaza, New York, Bristol Myers Company, copyright in 1950 over here. So that's tucked in there. There's a big pocket here this big pocket, I folded this piece of magazine with these ads. This lady with this ad. So I just tucked that in there. And then that's a big like tabbed index card that I will alter. And then do something here. And now we're getting to the back, the very back. See, here's those girls upside down, but not on this side. And then this is a pocket that's clipped on because I need to put it down. An old piece of dictionary. This old like postcard, not old, 1999. Well, I guess that could be argued. It's 25 years old. There's this index card, this tag, and then this piece that I will alter, like all three of those. That will go in that pocket. And that's it. I have this piece in here because I think this is what I'm going to use to create my writing board. That will be nested back here. I may or may not put a pocket on here if I'm putting the writing board. I'm not sure about that. But again, that's the back of the cover. I just loved the authenticity of that. So this is going to be what I turn the writing board into. I think those are helpful when you have big journals like this. So it's getting thick. You can see that, yeah. It will have, like I said, ruffle type lace ribbon out here on the ends, just to make that look a little bit more feminine. And this will, again, wrap around and tie here. I'm just working my way through it. But this is essentially the journal that I've been working on for some time and taking my time. I'm really, like I said, using a lot of my stuff around me and all the things that I've purchased, putting into use. So we are at 52 minutes. Yeah, that might take a while for this to upload on Wednesday. Hopefully not so bad. But I just wanted to give you a sneak peek of that. I've been itching to get it done and itching to show you guys. I will obviously show you it's in its complete state in a YouTube video before I post it in Etsy. But I'm really liking this style. The big is a challenge for me, for sure. Like not having as many big pages, and then how did I make it kind of like be, still have big pieces to it. You know what I mean? Still fill it up. So I've learned some things, obviously, about doing such a big journal for my first time, but I love it. So that's kind of what I've been up to. And like I said, it will be listed soon enough, and we'll have a nice little closure over here. And it's very pretty. I use a lot of this color throughout. The Aged Mahogany by Tim Holtz, and some tea dye color, and yeah, lots of pinks, mauves, burgundies, things like that. So I hope you have a great Wednesday, and I will see you again soon. Bye.